Yeshiva World.
Honestly, the amount of good work that Misaskim does in our community throughout the world is amazing. He should continue for 120 years in good health, and his work should go on only for good things, for good people everywhere. I would also like to recognize Hatzolah and Shomrim, both organizations, and all the distinguished personalities that are here today. I just have a few brief remarks. There was a rickety bridge in Europe, in Poland, and there were a number of people on that bridge, about 30, and the bridge collapsed. The people fell in the water. They were drowning. There was one guy, a lifesaver. He dove in the water to try to save them. The people that were outside said, "What are you, crazy? You're going to try to save people? You're going to drown yourself. How many are you going to save? You can't save them all." The guy said, "I don't care if I can only save one, but it's my job to save lives." Everybody here this afternoon, you are lifesavers. I'm in awe of standing in a room in your presence. We have great respect. We have great honor for you. There was no question that every child, boy and girl, when they are little, they dream of growing up to be a firefighter. My little boy, when it came for the Hanukkah menorah, he only wanted one menorah to light. They all had little firemen holding up a candle. And that's the only one that he wanted, and I had to get it for him. And I'm proud that we have it to this day. There was a little boy, Frankie Salzer. He dreamt of becoming a firefighter. For him, it was a big challenge. The challenge was he had a life-threatening illness, and he was losing the battle. They invited him down to the firehouse. There was one man known as Fireman Bob. When he came, they gave him the highest honors. They had a suit tailor-made for him, the hat, all of the paraphernalia. They gave him a special ride through town on the fire truck. When he was done, they gave him the badge like I asked you earlier. And he wore that badge proudly. Unfortunately, they took him to the hospital. Things looked grim. He was up in his hospital room, and one day he was disturbed because the same engine company that he visited took the ladder truck, took the ladder straight up to his hospital window. Two firefighters came in through the window, and they came to honor their little guy, Frank. While he was there, they joined him, and they spent every minute until he breathed his last breath together with those firefighters. We cannot even express to you the thanks for all that you did in this past tragedy that visited our community with the Sasson family. The encouragement, the inspiration, the hard work, the fearless and selfless dedication of the fire department, New York's bravest, for our families, for our precious children. I stood by side, I don't see him here today, one of the chiefs was standing with me at the funeral, outside. The man had his head bowed for approximately 45 minutes while the procession was leaving. He did not pick up his head until the last car had left the procession. When I saw the amount of honor and dignity that the Fdny has for human life, the sacredness of the soul, even after it passes, I came to a new respect and a new honor for everybody in this room and all that you represent. In Isaiah it says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you."
Misaskim and the Fdny have a great deal in common. As many of you know, they respond and assist at accidents, disasters, and tragedies in the Jewish community, often providing free assistance for Shiva and offering support throughout the bereavement process. They accomplish their mission day after day, providing a source of light and warmth, encouragement, and direction. The moral support they provide when a family has lost a loved one is extraordinary. For a century and a half, our department has responded to tragedies, fighting fires, and providing medical care for New Yorkers at their most desperate times. Our members have been honored many times this year for their brave acts. And because of the outstanding work of our firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics, the department has been recognized many times over by national and international organizations during this historic year. But it's truly special to be recognized by an organization from right here at home in Brooklyn, a group that shares our mission of helping others at their most difficult time. On behalf of everyone in the department, I want to thank Rabbi Meyer and everyone in his organization for this honor today, and I wish you all continued success in the future. Thank you.
I want the commissioner to realize that sometimes someone without a beard is a rabbi too, so it's just a nice moment as well. Let me just say very, very briefly, when you look at the Torah, the middle word, the entire Torah, is the vav, the conjunctive meaning and. It connects one part to the other. To me, that's the spirit of Misaskim. You and Fdny, you and families. You're always there for everyone. So, you know, Sinatra, who sang that famous song, I Gotta Be Me, I think Misaskim has the song, I Gotta Be We. And that's why the Hebrew word for life, chaim, is plural. You can't write life in the singular in the Hebrew language. Because as Rabbi Jack knows, and all of you at Fdny know, it's not just about us as individuals, it's about us as a community. So let me leave you with an expression, a sentence that my father would often say, and he spoke mostly in Yiddish. Rabbi Jack, I'll explain it for you. The commissioner knows what it means. But he would say, Ribono Shel Olam, God of the universe, help alle Menschen, help all people, und mir zwischen sie, just include me with them. So thank you for always including everyone else, and today, Fdny. Mazel tov.
That team, from Misaskim to Fireman Shomrim, Hatzolah, everybody's on the team. It's one big team here. Everybody works together. The relationship between the Jewish community and the Fdny is unbelievable, but we strive for that in all communities. We try to be as good, but the Jewish community in New York is just unbelievable. It's because of the leaders that are in this room right here, especially Jack Meyer. We also have our elected representatives here, which gave an unbelievable speech. That was the best speech. I hope you got that on camera. That's going to be the new template for speeches. So I just wanted to say thank you for honoring us. We honor you. One of the big things with this Sassoon family, we talked that night, myself and the commissioner were up there, we did not want their debts to be in vain. And what happened with that Sassoon family, as the commissioner just said, was one of the saddest things that ever happened in this city. But I think with the Jewish community, not only everybody rallied around the Sassoon family, and from all religions, all races, we took that from our politicians to the fire commission, to everybody here, to make it our mission that there'd be working smoke detectors. And between the city council, elected officials, your community, it happened in the Jewish community. I really truly believe that the Sassoon kids were not lost in vain, because the people in this room turned it around, that their memory would be alive and well, and hopefully we can continue that mission of smoke detectors and fire safety in all communities. So I thank you for everybody attending today, and I really appreciate the tremendous support.
It's an honor and a privilege for an organization like Hatzolah. I represent Hatzolah, that works side by side with the fire department over and over again, and not take this opportunity when we see firsthand up close what they do. Firefighters define courage. The bravery of dedicated men and women of the fire department on display every day in communities across our city, every community, not only our community. Firefighters are at their best when conditions are their most challenging. They run towards the danger others would run away from, and they do it to protect us, our health and safety. I believe we take it for granted everything they do, and I'm glad we have this opportunity to come here and tell them thank you. We at Hatzolah volunteers, we know what it means when tragedy strikes, and our members take it personally. I have no doubt that when tragedies that we've been talking about want to occur in the city all the time, unfortunately, the great men and women of Fdny take it personally. And they replay those precious seconds over and over in their heads, wondering, was there anything they could have done to make this outcome different? The answer is no. You have given your all, and regardless of the outcome, I want you to know we are always grateful, no matter what the outcome is, for what you do.
Congratulate the fire department in general for the 150 years of operation. Thank you so much. Most probably I dealt with most of the people in this room on a personal basis on different occasions, so thank you on person of myself and in the name of the organization of Shomrim, which I'm representing here today. And the reason, basically, what Shomrim has with the fire department is more or less on that bread burning thing, as Jack just mentioned. A couple of years back, there was 1 year that literally between Williamsburg and Borough Park, I believe, the burn centers had more community people than the community had in Williamsburg and Borough Park, unfortunately. A lot of kids got burned, and different people came to the conclusion that we have to do something about it, and with the help and actually initiating it through Chief Leonard, who was then chief in Brooklyn. And I really have to say thank you to him. Yes, the numbers are now, the last few years, it's literally zero. The last few years, there was no burns of the bread burning going into the hospital. So.